The second Mrs. Paul Spear was my mom. They met in beautiful downtown Forestville. Dad had just finished working at Spear's gas station and had come to town to eat at the Greasy Spoon, which is where Ludolf's was later. But he had to cook his own meal because the guy that worked at the hamburger joint had taken off because he wanted to go home and get cleaned up for the big dance that night. So he had to cook his own hamburger. So he was wearing an apron and standing in the doorway when she slid in under his arm and ordered a soda from him, thinking, of course, that he worked there because of the apron. Paul Spear had a devilish sense of humor, so of course he played along and fixed her a soda. Since people naturally talked to the counterman, he found out that she was divorced and she was there with two other couples from San Francisco who were going to dance that night at the spring floor on the second story of the Odd Fellows Hall. It was a spring dance floor. As soon as she left, he dashed right home, bathed and threw on his Sunday best, and boogied on down to the dance floor. He found someone who could properly introduce them. They had a good laugh over thinking he was the cook. Mom was quite flattered. They danced the night away, and he danced his way right into her heart, and she into his. They married on the 22nd of December in 1934 and lived first in a little house around the corner from me on this block.
What street?
On Beaver, and let's see, I lost it. I've lost where they lived. It's the second house from Benton.
Okay. So they were married?
Oh, here it is. Yeah, I keep losing my place. Yeah, they got married and moved into that block that I live on now. And when their first child, Dawn, was born, they lived in Healdsburg. And they also lived in Rio Nido while running the store there. Mom said that Dad, when he slept, would often get quite violent, sometimes slamming her against the wall in his sleep. He was pure nervous energy, and he smoked 4 packs of cigarettes a day at that point, and sometimes having more than one lit at the same time. I love the story of how he quit. He had to help 2 guys move a stove in Rio Nido, which took several hours. He had run out of smokes and couldn't bum one because neither one of them smoked. So he had to go without. When he got another pack, he ripped it open and was just about to light up the first one, and he thought to himself, I've gone for 2 hours without a cigarette. I can go another 5 minutes. Every time he wanted a cigarette, he would tell himself, 5 more minutes. Finally, after a year, he quit carrying that pack in his pocket. But if you'd asked him if he quit, he'd say no. he was just waiting another 5 minutes.